Nikalanga Narendra Singhanam Himisada Dakagiya Ratindra Juda Ada Loma Sangha.
In ancient times, all the low parts of this land were covered with dark and monstrous forests, through which no man might pass without peril. Primitives did prostrate themselves by night to the honor and service of the devil. Rites they celebrated until the coming of a great god whom they called Buddha, unto whom the salvation of souls belongs. Him they believed once to have come upon the earth, whence he departed from the top of the highest mountain on the island, called in the Chingule language Amalel, but by the Portuguese and the European nation Adam's Peak. It is sharp like a sugar loaf, and on the top a flat stone with the print of a foot like a man's on it, but far bigger, being about 2 feet long. It is the footprint of the Buddha. The people of this land count it meritorious to go and worship this impression. And generally about their New Year, which is in March, they, men, women and children, go up this vast and high mountain to worship. Up this vast and high mountain to worship. Buddha, who acquired nirvana, who came into the world like other Buddhas, from whom is derived the food of life, who is celebrated for his 32 great manly beauties and for the 82 signs connected with them, and for the light which shines a fathom round his body, and for the beams of light that dart from the top of his head, who is the preceptor of 3 worlds, who is acquainted with the past, present, and future, who during 4 asankhya's of kalpas so conducted himself as to be an example of the 30 great qualities, who subdued Mara and his attendants and became Buddha. In the 8th year from that event, he rose into the air, spread beams of light of 6 different colors round his person, and stamped the impression of his foot, bearing the noble marks Chakra Lakshana and the 108 auspicious tokens on the rock Samantakutta Parvati, which is celebrated for the cold and lovely waters of its rivers, for its mountain torrents, and for its flowery groves spreading in the air their sweet-scented pollen, which is the crown of the Virgin Islands, rich in mines of all kinds of precious stones, like a maid decked with jewels. A great shadow is cast from this mountain for a space of 70 miles, formed, as it seems, of strange vapors. For it lieth not on the land, but a little above it, so that the hills and valleys appear veiled beneath. It belongeth only to the women to fetch both wood and water. Their priests are debarred from laying their hands to any manner of work, nor may they eat but one meal a day, which meal they must beg of the people, who willingly give out of their store for the merits they gain thereby. But husbandry is the great employment of the country. In this the best men labor. Nor is it held any disgrace for men of the greatest quality to do any work either at home or in the field, if it be for themselves. But to work for hire with them is reckoned for a great shame, and very few are here to be found that will work so. They are very active and nimble in their limbs and very ingenious, for except ironwork, all other things they have need of they make and do themselves, insomuch that they all build their own houses. Rice is the choice and flour of all their corn. At reaping they are excellent good, just after the English manner. As they join together in tilling, so in their harvest also. For all fall in together in reaping one man's field, and so to the next, until every man's crop be down. The women's hazifri is to beat the rice out of the husk, which they do with an ebony pestle in a wooden mortar. Villages where dancers have their dwelling, the children must come each day to the house of their dancing master, there to practice themselves in their art. For, if they be not exercised from childhood in this manner, their limbs have no skill in the postures of their dance.
Tera dandia lanya. Hey, 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 kita hey tam, hey kita hey tam, hey kita hey tam, hey kita hey tam, kita hey tam, hey kita hey tam, hey kita hey tam, hey kita hey tam, hey kita hey tam. Umba gara di menna malapa. Hey kita hey tam, 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 kita hey tam, hey 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 kita hey kita 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 hey kita hey tam. Mula gara di, gara cha cha cha, ate to mare la. take it a take it a take it a take tam take it a take it a take it a take tam take it a take it a take it a take tam take it a take it a take it a take tam take it a take it a take it warang ira kada kada yang warang laba.
මොලා දන්නවද යකෝ අර බ්‍රාම් පිට වෙච්ච වැඩේ?
මොකද බලන්නේ?
අර මේ බෑලිස් අප්පුට සර දාන්න ගිහිල්ලා එයාට හරි කෙලියක් වුණානේ.
හොඳ වැඩක් ඒක අපි දන්නේ නැහැ.
මොකද යකෝ උඹලා hina වෙන්නේ නැත්තක් කියපුවා මේක අහපල්ලා.
ඒක දන්නේ නැහැ ඒක අපි දන්නේ නැහැ කොහොමද ඉතින්.
අර බෑලිස් අප්පුට මේ බ්‍රාම් පිට ගිහිල්ලා අතලා අත දීලා රතන යන්න ගිහිල්ලා මාළියෙක් වගේ දැලියෝ තන් යන්නේ.
ඒක හොඳ වැඩක්.
උඹලා hina වෙන්නේ මොකද මම?
අපි දන්නේ නැහැ.
උඹලා ළමයි ඇතුළේ මොන කාර්යගත වෙන්නේ ඉන්න මල්ල දන්නවා.
ඒක සමදේන්ද්‍රයි දන්නේ අපි කොහොමද දන්නේ?
නැත්තක් කියපුවා මම hina වෙලා නේද?
කොහොමද ඒක අපි දන්නේ නැහැ.
Dear Sir, in reply, dear Sirs, with reference to our conversation, £22 17 and sixpence, £7 9 and a penny, to acknowledge receipt, 40 rupees 75 cents, 55 rupees 2 cents. We beg to inform you that the consignment to which you refer, $78.30, UFOB London, per SS Commerine, sailing 25th instant. Yours faithfully. Yours faithfully. Yours faithfully.
Australia, calling Toulon, Naples, Port Said, Suez, Aden, Colombo.
Are many and varied. It produces food, drink, medicine, and oil, soap, candles, vinegar, and tooth powder, beds, carpets, brooms, furniture, lamps, cups and spoons, baskets, canvas, fishing nets, fences, boats, ropes, and cables.
Copra. The market was steady at yesterday's higher prices. Ceylon FNS November to 5 ports quoted £10 7 shillings and sixpence. Fellows CIF.
Speaking.
Griesrson here. About those blueprints for new factory.
There is. As a matter of fact, I was just going to send them along. There are 1 or 2 alterations I want you to look over.
All right, I'll do it as soon as I get them. We're in rather a hurry, you know.
Yes, of course, I understand that. You must realize...
Timberla Valley 42.6, East India and Ceylon 23, Ditto 6%, Preference 28 and 6, Neuralia 83 1.5, Yati and Tot 16 4.5, 7.5, 6.5, Carolina 178.
L'offre de thé de Ceylon, cette semaine, est montée à 81 400 kilos. La compétition a été bonne à la vente aux enchères et les
T, die 22.000 Besucher wurde heute gesteigert und konnte bei lebhafter Konkurrenz schnellen Absatz finden.
He's 5,500 east, sir.
Yesterday's commodity prices. Tea. The week's offering of Ceylon grades, amounting to 22,100 packages, came up for auction. Competition was generally good and prices regular. Common and low-medium broken orange picos were a farthing to a halfpenny higher in some instances, while broken picos also showed a similar rise. Good medium sorts and fannings continued firm, and where quality was good realized higher prices. Clean common broken pico quoted 11 farthing to 1 shilling per pound.
The crown of the Virgin Islands, rich in mines of all kinds of precious stones, like a maid decked with jewels.
Colombo, October the 9th, bound Rangoon. Malodra arrived Colombo, October the 10th, bound London. Intrapura left...
became Buddha. Who is celebrated for his great manly beauties and for the 82 signs connected with them. Stamped the impression of his foot, bearing the noble marks Chakra Lakshana. For the light which shines a fathom round his body, for the beams of light that dart from the top of his head, from whom is derived the food of life. In those days, the primitives did prostrate themselves by night to the honor and service of the devil.
Rati Indra Gati Rati Nikalanga Narendra Singhanam Himisada Dakagiya Rati Indra Ada Noma Sangha.
In ancient times, all the low parts of this land were covered with dark and monstrous forests, through which no man might pass without peril. These rites they celebrated until the coming of a great god whom they called Buddha, unto whom the salvation of souls belongs. Him they believed once to have come upon the earth, whence he departed from the top of the highest mountain on the island, called in the Chinguele language Amalel, but by the Portuguese and the European nations Adam's Peak. It is sharp like a sugar loaf, and on the top a flat stone with the print of a foot like a man's on it, but far bigger, being about 2 foot long. It is the footprint of the Buddha. The people of this land count it meritorious to go and worship this impression. And generally about their new year, which is in March, they, men, women and children, go up this vast and high mountain to worship. Up this vast and high mountain to worship.